So these here are the drawings that I did to get an idea of how I can design my Kanban boards, my new Kanban boards. This one here is for all of my quarterly goals throughout the year, and the other one on this side is for my indie publishing timeline. The quarterly one is for all of my other business goals and things like that, and just other things that I want to do throughout the year. And the indie publishing one is specifically for all of my book projects and stories, and just the process that I have to go through for each one of them. The phase 1 is for writing, phase 2 is editing, production, and design, and phase 3 is publishing and marketing. So that's what all the 3 phases are. If you're interested in learning more about this indie publishing timeline that I made up, I do have an episode about that on my writing channel that you can check out. The quarterly one actually was inspired by Sarah Cannon. I never took her HB90 course, but I did see just a few videos about her discussing about it, and some others that actually went through the program. But this is just how I'm setting up my quarterly Kanban board. I just like to label things, so that's why mine is just a little bit different. But I do give her credit for the whole quarterly idea, because that's where I just first learned about it. But again, mine is just going to be a bit different, because I just like to label things so I can properly distinguish each column and all, instead of just having columns with sticky notes for each column. I just want to make sure that I be able to distinguish all of it. So that's why mine is a bit different. But this is how I will be setting up my Kanban boards. So I ordered some felt square tiles from Amazon, from this company Omnibuy, something like that it is. And I just decided to pick the blue ones. These little circles here, I think they're just for extra support. If you have other things that you want to stick up on the wall along with the squares, or I guess for extra support in case the squares start not being able to stick on the wall or something. But that's what these little circle sticker things are. I think these I may actually use to put on the back of my index cards for each one of the columns. That labels each column. But anyways, this is the felt squares. I decided to go with the blue ones just because I'm already going to have a lot of black inside of my room anyway, and I just wanted to get a different color. So I just decided to go with the dark blue instead. I also got some plastic sleeves that I'm actually going to be using on the wall for some of the index cards. Just little pocket plastic sleeves that you can slip index cards in. So I'm going to also be using that as well to put it together. And I just got some push pins from Dollar General that I'll be using to help keep my sticky notes on the actual felt squares. So that's what these are for. I also got some colored index cards. These I'm actually going to use to label all of the different columns of the felt squares, and they have all of the colors that I pretty much need, especially the yellow, green, and the pink, which will be for the 3 phases of the indie publishing timeline in particular. So that's why I got these. But these is what I'm actually using to label each one of the columns. And the blue ones, I think 2 of those I'm going to use for the done column for each one of the Kanban boards. But that is pretty much all of the supplies that I'll be using to put together my new Kanban boards. So this is my indie publishing timeline Kanban board on this side, and on this side is my quarterly Kanban board. I just decided to go with the plastic adhesive sleeves and just use those for the columns instead of those circled stickers that came with the squares. And I just put the index cards inside of these instead. I really like these because they can peel right off, you know, and they don't mess up the wall or anything. So yeah, it's really nice. I just made up cards for each one of the projects that I'm working on. I have one for the Pack of Freedom, Under the Shadows, and Valley of Decision, which are the 3 main projects I'm currently working on. In the first column after the projects or book titles column, I just have phase 1 up here, which is for writing and drafting. And this is where I will put all of, and have put some of my yellow sticky notes. And the second column is for editing, production, and design for phase 2. And that's where I have all of my pink sticky notes. And in column 3, or phase 3, is for publishing and marketing, which is where I'll have all of my green sticky notes. And then at the end I just have a done column where I move all of the different tasks or projects over into this column. And whenever I finish something, as you can see, these all have the blue thumbtacks so that they're marked as being done. I also just put markers, little marks underneath for the due dates on the sticky notes, and just color coded those as well. But on this side is where I have my quarterly Kanban board at the top. I just have a card to label whatever quarter it is. For those who don't know, it's quarter 3, and that is for the months of July through September. Approximately a total of 92 days. But that's where I put all of the quarter cards at the top. And on the side I just have one for all of the months. A month category, and I just made a couple of cards for August and September. I didn't make one yet for July, that's why I don't have a column for that, but I do intend to make some cards for pretty much all of the months of the year. In the first column of the quarterly Kanban board, I just have a to-do one, and then a doing column, and then a done column. The doing column, or to-do column, that's where I put all the yellow sticky notes. Doing is for all the pink, and then I just move them over to the done column at the end whenever I finish something, and use the blue thumbtacks. And then at the end I just have some calendars with all of my deadline dates on them and stuff. As you can see, I still need to fill in a lot for September's calendar, but these are my Kanban boards, and so far they have been helping me a lot more than before I had them. It might not be like how others do theirs, but this is just what's been helping me. And I'm just the type of person that likes to label things, so that's pretty much it.